Andrea Calle, estamos aquí en el octágono. Tengo el placer de tener a Dana White, que está haciendo el Media Tour para la UFC 168. Dana, it's such a pleasure always having you here in Miami. How do you see the feedback from all the Miami? You don't like coming here too much, so I'm always glad to have you here.
No, I love coming here. It's when is it ever bad to come to Florida? You know what I mean?
Not on vacation, of course, but for UFC and all the media stuff.
Yeah, no, we like coming here for the media. It's just the fights are a little tough down here, but we pull great ratings and great pay-per-views down here. I mean, it's a huge market for us.
Well, it is a huge market considering now everything you're trying to do in the Spanish market. I have a lot of following from Chile, Colombia, Mexico, and they're very excited of all the negotiations you are doing, what is coming up besides Caracol and Telefuturo and everything else that you have with all the major networks.
I know, all the major networks and UFC Network that we're launching in all these countries. People are excited about it, and the distribution for it has been phenomenal, and I'm just happy because I knew this day was going to come. You know, since the beginning of time, Hispanics have been some of the greatest fighters of all time and some of the greatest fight fans of all time. And it was just, you know, I knew our day would come when we would break through into the Hispanic market.
What are we trying to, because 10 years, they're like 10 years behind of how we're here in the United States. What are we doing as a media to be able to keep them or bring them up to date of everything that is going on? Because a lot of times even when we're doing the show, you know, we're talking about specific dates and names and stuff, and they're not up to date because they didn't have the access that they're getting now. Are we giving them, you know, access to UFC 1, 2 up to now? Or what are we doing?
No. You know, it's an education process. It takes time. You don't start with UFC 1 to educate people on what the UFC is now. We know how to go into these markets. We know how to let the people know what the sport is, who these athletes are, and you know, once the UFC network gets launched down there, we'll do it right.
And are we planning also doing this type of media in the new countries like Mexico, Colombia, and stuff like that? Because they're really looking forward to having not only, of course, the network, but also having the actual fighters go there and teach them.
100%, we're absolutely doing that. Yes.
And when can we expect that?
So over the next several months, yeah, that's what we'll be working on. You know, now that these deals are in place and these deals are continuing to happen, we will continue to do stuff like this down throughout these other countries too.
Why the idea of actually working directly with the biggest networks on each country instead of just working with a universal, you know, like Fox, or, you know, just working strategically with every of the major networks?
Because you go in and you get the best deal with the best network that in those countries, so that you can get the most exposure and build the brand in the sport. You know, we've always done television the right way. We've always cut the right deals with the right partners at the right times, and we're doing the same thing down throughout South America.
Does Fox Latino that now signed with Bellator for the Latin countries, is that interfering any type of way, or that was something that was pre-agreed when you signed with Fox?
Yeah, no. Well, Fox tried to do the deal with us, but we ended up doing our own deal. Yeah.
Well, Dana, thank you for being here in Miami, always considering us to be part of the Spanish community, and for anything you do, we love to have you down here.
Thank you, babe. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Yo soy Andrea Calle y estamos aquí desde la UFC para la 168.
El octágono.